Smash that like button. How's everybody doing? Let me see who we got in the building. Who we got in the building? Drop a comment so I can see who we got in the building. Drop a comment so I can see who we got in the building. Oh yeah. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting the like button. Ken. Big up yourself. Alright. So I was doing this live, but I was on the road. Here we go with part two. I wasn't live on all my platforms that time, but hey man, everybody home. We don't know when the internet is gonna go out. So why not? First off, let's go here. Let us go here, ladies and gentlemen. Fresh Drop. Shout out to Fresh Drop on TikTok. Wow. Just wow. I got nothing else but wow for Fresh Drop. Cause this one shook me. This one shook. Did I have it? Did I post it already? It's not there? Oh no. Okay. I got it on my TikTok, so it's all good. Let me go to my TikTok. Hurricane Melissa and our lack of preparedness as a country. Is just all I have to say is wow. That's all I gotta say. Wow. TikTok. Bolo VNR. Bolo VNR right here. Look at this.
Oh, Jamaica people claim say star now come. And look where ready there, so look there, so look there, so don't mess up, mash up already. See there, you not tell a lie. The place they mash up and he star no reach it.
This is a car, you know. This is a car, look there. That's a car, you know. Look there. Look how free flowing. You know how much force the water has to have to, and then the height for it to be carrying the car like that. Look at that. This is St. James, John Hall, St. James, allegedly, right? Yo, look at that.
Fresh Drop.
Look at that. The hurricane hasn't really hit Jamaica yet. Like all of Jamaica. What's up, Antonio? The hurricane hasn't really hit Jamaica yet, like 100%. But yo, this is ridiculous, bro. Look at that. Yo, that, like, I don't know if that's a house. I don't know if that's a shop. But whatever is going on right there, so. Yeah. That's what I'm dealing with. That's where my meds is. I am worried about the entire Jamaica at this point. I'm literally worried about my family. I called one of them, and I'm like, yo, like, where you live? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really trust it, so I know you're far away from me, but damn, you know. But check this out. I want you to check out something else. Because this is the stuff I be angry about. Look at this. Look at this.
You can just make out the mountains around Kingston, Jamaica, where the rain from Melissa is starting to fall. And even as the storm gets closer, what you see behind me, all these trucks down here are trying to dig out debris from these gullies. These are the gullies that are supposed to carry all of this rainfall. Could be a couple of feet out of the mountains and out to the ocean, but the concern is because of all of the buildup that's been down here for years, that the gullies could be overwhelmed, that it could overflow the walls into these neighborhoods, that it could even potentially compromise this bridge, the roadway that we're standing on, which is a major thoroughfare between the western and the eastern part of the island.
I am encouraging all gifters on TikTok. Yeah, man. Bless up your platform, man. Yeah, man. Share up the live, like up the live. All right. Let's go back.
You can just make out the mountains around Kingston,
So you're telling me, look at the debris that is in Sandy Gully.
Jamaica behind me, where the rain from Melissa is starting to fall.
You have to see it to believe it, you know. Look at that. Just let that soak in for 10 seconds, guys. And so much debris in a Sandy Gully. So, all right. Disgraceful. All right. So let us go back. I will know the labor at them still. Let us go back. We're gonna assume that the PMP did not clean Sandy Gully ever. All right. That's what we're gonna do, you know. And we're gonna say, PMP, you're absolutely wrong for that. And that is disgraceful. Now, fast forward after 10 years of our administration that claimed that they would deliver, you know, a higher standard of governance. What is this? A couple days before the storm. You see why people are fret about their family and the Jamaican family overall? This is the reason. This is the reason. Look at the size of the trucks. Look at the depth of the truck in the water, and look at the amount of sand that is on the ground. People, man, listen. I don't live nowhere near those areas, but I am literally, yo, this is bad, bro. This is bad.
Even as the storm gets closer, what you see behind me, all these trucks down here are carrying out, trying to dig out debris from these gullies. These are the gullies that are supposed to carry all of this rainfall. Could be.
You hear what the man said? This is CBS, by the way, though. These are the gullies that is supposed to carry out, like carry the rain, like bring the rain, like bring the water. Good morning, Monica. I'm live on Bolo VNR Clips, and I'm live on Bolo VNR 2.0, and I'm live on Bolo VNR on TikTok. Follow me on all platforms. Like the video on all platforms. Say, who's that? Say, Fu, what's up? Right? This is CBS, ladies and gentlemen. CBS News, Fox News is in Jamaica, all of it.
Couple of feet out of the mountains and out to the ocean, but the concern is because of all of the buildup that's been down here for years, that the gullies could be overwhelmed, that it could overflow the walls into these neighborhoods, that it could even potentially compromise this bridge, the roadway that we're standing on, which is a major thoroughfare between the western and the eastern part of the island.
So we'll see what's happening there. Mark Golden.
Is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Good morning, Jamaica. This is Mark Golding, and it is Saturday morning on October 25th, 2025. As of 7 o'clock this morning, the U.S. National Hurricane Center advised that Tropical Storm Melissa is still projected to hit Jamaica directly. The most recent indications are that it will move across central parishes, potentially making landfall in or around Clarendon, and moving inland across St. Catherine to exit the island close to or over St. Mary. However, the storm is moving very slowly, and these projections may shift as it develops further. All of Jamaica is likely to be impacted.
Hi, Juice Lips. How you doing, baby? Good night. I hope you guys are safe, man. I don't know when the internet is gonna go. And hey, I don't know if the current is gonna go or when they're gonna shut it off. So I'm gonna try and be as up as possible with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So like and share up the live, man. We're gonna go through some videos, see what's going on, see what they've been saying.
The maximum sustained winds of this system are currently 70 miles per hour and have been intensifying. A hurricane warning remains in effect for the entire island, as the system is expected to strengthen. This is a serious threat to our country. Therefore, I am urging all residents in flood-prone areas, low-lying communities, and those vulnerable to landslides, your safety is the #1 priority. If you have not already done so, please evacuate as soon as possible. Move to the home of a friend or family member on higher, safer ground, or to a designated shelter. Please finalize all your preparations immediately. Once the heavy rain begins, stay off the roads if you can, and do not attempt to cross flooded roadways.
Want to hear that?
Remember, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management.
Want to hear that, people? Do not be deceived by these waters. Nobody cannot cross it. Don't even attempt to cross it. Yeah? All right.
ODPEM can be reached by dialing 116 or your parish office. Let us all take this threat with utmost seriousness.
Yeah, man.
Let us look out for each other, especially our elderly, children, persons with disabilities, and others who are vulnerable. Stay safe, and may God bless us all and protect our nation.
Visit our website.
Big up yourself, Mark Golden. I never heard that actual, clip. No, shout out to the.
Still time for team.
Let me see what Dean Jackson Miller said.
So this is Airport Road, right?
A lot of people use this area for recreation. So people will be out here walking, jogging, cycling. A lot of people just come to park just to sit and watch the water. And right now, as you can see, there's nobody here. The other side of the road, I'm seeing a couple of cars. I also want to go over there because I want to show you what the sea looks like. I was by there earlier and the swells were really high, and I'm going to be going over there as well to show you. If you look at the sky, you can see the clouds, how gray they are, how black, how ominous, and really and truly, this is the kind of feeling you have in Kingston today. Everybody is just kind of on edge, wondering what the hell is coming towards us. Whoa, you see this surf? I was out here this morning and I just saw the waves breaking like that, these big waves, this lovely, all these lovely white tops. And I said, I wanted to come back out here and video it, right? But, on the one hand, it's so gorgeous. But on the other hand, you see this in the context of the fact that we know that we have a hurricane heading towards us, and everything then looks different, because it's like, boy, what are we in for? What's going to be happening? How much bigger are these waves going to get? Now behind me, those big rocks, you may recall, were put there some years ago, and the whole idea was to help to protect the roadway, because this Palisades Road leads to the airport. It's the only way to get to the Norman Manley International Airport. What used to happen is that you would have a storm or a hurricane, and these waves would just wash huge quantities of sand and debris onto the road. The road would be blocked. The body couldn't leave. The body couldn't come out until you had the heavy duty equipment coming to clear the road. And they really have made a big, big difference where that is concerned.
So right now we're just walking along the beach. Oh, watch it. Yeah, man, water coming in. Yeah, we're just walking along the beach now. I just wanted to show you a little bit more of this.
Yo, that is serious. Do you see how far the waves are coming in? The storm don't reach it. You can imagine out the sun, the storm lick.
So, I can imagine this must be the kind of weather that surfers like, eh? It's actually, if you're not thinking about the fact that a storm is coming, it's actually gorgeous right now. I can't tell you. I mean, the Glaxon, like you're not looking at all the garbage, let's ignore the garbage.
One Yankee blessing in a place. Why may I tell you?
You have this gorgeous black sand, then you have the waves which are so beautiful coming in, breaking, so you have the white tops, white horses, and then you have the foam on the waves, that is so pretty, and then of course just the sound of the waves breaking. So I'm going to shut up down a little and just walk, so you can just hear the sound of the waves.
Wow.
Raining again, your son. If you haven't seen it yet, this is a new sign at the roundabout of the Norman Manley International Airport. It's done by lead artist Matthew McCarthy. He had some assistance as well.
I'm here because the airports have to be closed because of the hurricane. The Norman Manley International Airport here in Kingston, along with the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, as we used to say in school, who in stay in, who out stay out. Of course, the thing is now, when the airports reopen, there's going to be a backlog. The flights that had to be cancelled, people who should have left, who are now going to be trying to get out. So you're going to have that period where you're trying to get back to normal. One of the concerns, though, has to be what we've been hearing about how slowly this particular storm has been moving, and the concern about how long it might take to clear Jamaica. So if it is that it's moving very, very slowly, how long the airports have to be closed, and therefore how much of a backlog may there be when the airports do reopen. So heading to downtown Kingston.
Yo, you know, easy. No, me not gonna do that to Dean Jackson Miller still, you know. This is the biggest thing. This is everything, like. You understand what I say? Everybody I talk about this, bro.
Market saying they're selling, they're not going to be moving, especially with a system like this one, right? Because we're expecting that heavy rains would have started on Saturday. What that means is that people, if they had just packed up and gone home, they would have lost out on these particular days of selling. So I think what you're going to have is people, again, watching the sky, listening to the weather report, waiting to hear how long they can stay out here, because people are just trying to sell, trying to make a living. I'm not trying to say anybody should put themselves in harm's way. I'm just saying we have people here. This is what they're doing. So there you have it.
All right. We see what go on there, so. Hurricane, who this? No, Mr. Weatherman there.
Already in Haiti, in the Dominican Republic, Cuba will the calm before the storm, as so many Jamaicans are readying for the impacts of Melissa, which, according to the National Hurricane Center, will be catastrophic. At this point, what we expect, and you look at this video from above, and it's beautiful, it's amazing, but what you notice is a lot of mountainous terrain, and that's an issue for the combination of heavy winds, and we're talking major winds, like 140, 150 mile an hour wind gusts, and 2 to 3 feet of rain. What that's going to cause in the mountains is mudslides, rock slides, landslides, and roads that just crumble and fall apart, unfortunately. That's what happens when you have this combination, and it's slow moving. And also, according to National...
You hear that? Slow moving and strong. Boy, me I tell you, why they say wrong and strong? That storm is slow and strong. Right? And people are talking about, yeah, pray it away and it not hit. Well, let me show now again for people that will just come in. Show now one clip of St. James car. And this was today. For the thing of peace and safety. Remember, me tell you, say a sudden destruction. You know, safe. None at all.
You can just make out the mountains around Kingston, Jamaica behind me, where the rain from Melissa is starting to fall. And even as the storm gets closer, what you see behind me, all these trucks down here are carrying out, trying to...
I'm going to left that, sir. I'm not going to trouble it.
And I'm not asking permission to use that word. No, this is just...
Look at this, guys.
Jamaica people claim say star now come.
Look at this.
And look where we are there, so look
at the water. Look at that.
See
Look at that.
You not tell no lie. The place they mash up and the star no reach yet. Melissa no reach.
Look on the car, people. You know, see car? That's how high the water is. That's how much force is in the water. Like up the screen, like up the video. You understand? Hit the like button. Juice Lim says, see what I want? Stop that to reach good yet. Look at that. Huh? Vehicles are moved. That's how high the water is. And that's how powerful the water is in terms of just lifting it up on us. Yeah, man, floating it away. It is very frightening. It is very frightening. So if anybody out there is watching right now that don't take this time seriously, I encourage you. Please do. And please warn your family them too. All right, especially if you live in a areas where prone to landslide, where prone to flooding when look rain fall. You understand what I say? Port Maria, Portland Sea is supposed to rough right now. When me East Portland people them there, them probably not no service in a East Portland. Yeah, man, nobody. Yo, this is as long as you're at a space that is safe. This is the time for hibernation. This is the time for staying locked in. If you're not a service provider, an essential worker, I should say, yeah, you don't have no reason to be going out. You get me? That's not it.
Fresh Rod.
Somebody in that the one day.
Right? So just wanted to, for the persons that just came in, I don't want you guys to feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is just
National Hurricane Center.
No.
What we're expecting, unfortunately, is for a landfall Monday night into Tuesday morning, and this to cut right directly through the center of Jamaica. And that spells disaster. Kingston, the capital, in the southeast corner of this great place, is going to have the dirty side or the hardest winds impact this particular area if the track continues like this. And that will spell disaster for buildings, roads, any structure, and people as well. But look, you could see folks are out at least trying to have some sort of normalcy at this point. Families are out fishing, perhaps doing other things today on Saturday, as the rain will begin later today and then really pick up on Sunday. And all of these impacts will be felt nationwide here in Jamaica, not just here in Kingston. The entire country will feel the impacts. Unfortunately, we've had death already in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Cuba will also feel the effects, Turks and Caicos, and even potentially the Bahamas. We are readying for this. This team is prepared on the ground. We have a generator. We know we're going to lose power. That is going to be a huge issue. We could lose data on cell phones. The towers may go down. We'll continue to report as long as we can through what is likely going to be an historic moment in Jamaica and so many areas of the Caribbean. In Kingston, Jamaica, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
wow.
Here are the 3 reasons why Hurricane Melissa...
Fox News is in Jamaica. CBS is in Jamaica. Major news networks from America is in Jamaica. If you guys don't want to take this seriously, I don't know what to tell you. I really, if you're going, oh, your money no, sir. Listen, man, shut up. All right. Yo, listen. I'm not even trying to go do no preparation after this. Like tonight. I'm done. You get me? Me just want to see the rain start fall. Me I tell you that. Me I lock in on my bed, stay as dry as possible.
To Jamaica than any hurricane has ever been before. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross, and it's time to take this very seriously.
Thank you, Yannick.
Reason number 1, the slow movement of the storm. There's very weak steering currents, and normally that would cause the storm to not be able to strengthen that fast. But because the water is so warm, even if there's upwelling that occurs, in other words, some of the cooler water from below coming up because the storm's just sitting there, that's so warm even below right now that it's going to fuel this storm. And
oh my God. When you hear that? Do you guys hear that? Oh my God, bro. The storm is getting stronger because our waters are warm. And the man is saying that even under the water, under the warm water is still warm. So it's like Melissa is literally taking a jacuzzi moment right now. It's like, man, listen. Ooh, these Jamaican waters, boy. Yes, Lord. Let me just stay here for a minute. That's how Melissa is behaving, you know. Melissa is like, feed me, baby, till I lose control. That is how Melissa is behaving right now. Hey, listen, I'm trying to make light of this, but man, this is serious, bro. It's not moving fast. It's just there, moving at 2 miles per hour. Look at the rains. Look at the waters that I just showed you a while ago. All of those places that are streets are going to become riverbeds, you know. All of that is going to become riverbeds. It's probably not going to be walkable. to how bad it's going to be if it continues on that trajectory and goes even higher in terms of, you know, the storm developing into a hurricane.
Slow movement means that Jamaica will be under rain and wind, but especially rain, for many, many days. How much rain? Well, I'm focusing in on the east end of the island. That's where it's most likely to be worst in terms of the heavy rainfall and the landslides.
St. Thomas, Portland, St. Mary, St. Anne. You feel what I say? Kingston, them place there. Blue Mountain, a beer rain, brother.
Not just because of the mountains being there. That's
What's
an
up,
added
Michelle?
factor. But this purple area is 20 to 30 inches of rain with locally higher amounts. And that rain has to go somewhere. After the landslides and the rain occurs with the flooding of the rivers, that, of course, eventually makes its way down towards the coastline. And this is going to be a calamity in itself. That is the landslides from all the rain. The second reason is the track. If it really does move just to the west of Kingston, let me show you what that looks like on the map. From a coastal flooding point of view, if the storm center stays to the east of Kingston, Kingston will be on the weaker side of the storm and will have less coastal flooding. If the storm is over Kingston or just to the west, what will happen is the winds will come out of the south as the storm moves this direction from southwest to northeast. And that will bring all the water up into the bay. And notice the shape of the bay. It is just perfectly sitting for a massive storm surge of water, which will cause a massive amount of flooding if the track does that exact path. If it's a little farther to the east, over the most eastern part of the island, then Kingston will be slightly spared. Third reason is the timing of the strengthening. It's barely a hurricane today when I'm recording this Saturday afternoon. By tomorrow, Sunday, it should be up to Category 3 and may even reach Category 4 just as it reaches Jamaica. That's the opposite of what happened with Beryl last year. With Beryl, remember, I indicated that it would weaken by the time it got to you, and it did. Now, this time, it looks like it's going to strengthen suddenly at the very worst possible time. And that's the issue, is that it will be a cat.
Tell them to say, you know, watch God work, you know. This is God work, you know. This is God's work. You hear me tell you? This storm, everything about it, the story, everything about the storm is like, yo, God just have the remote control and just stay so. Yeah, the man said this thing I got straight in the perfect time. It's like this storm is our assassin.
Manufactured.
You understand what I said? Not a manufacturer. And God manufacture this, which manufacture. No man that have nothing to do with this. They can't get no credit for this storm. Yeah. No man can't get no credit for this storm. Yeah. Never been seen before. The man said the thing does go straight in the perfect time. Then what does that mean? It a move like an assassin moving most of my life, you know. Right?
For upon arrival and in the strengthening phase, and that is not good. Now, with all that in mind, from the National Hurricane Center, this is what they're calling for Jamaica. This will likely cause catastrophic flash flooding, numerous landslides, extensive infrastructural damage, long-duration power and communication outages, and potentially prolonged isolation of communities, plus a life-threatening storm surge is also likely along portions of the southern coast early next week.
Talk about no good news. Like, none of this is good news. This is terrible. I can't feel optimistic, you know. I have no optimism whatsoever. You know why? Because Jamaica has been warned by the prophets. Jamaica has been warned. And them laugh and them scoff and them talk bitter against the prophet them. Who them a false prophet and this and that. And I'm like, bro, everybody is not a false prophet. What are you doing? Listen to the word. Listen to what the man is saying. Listen to what the woman is saying. Obviously, nobody is innocent. Yankee Bless said, listen to your mom. We can't ignore such an issue, respected. Hey, Yankee Bless, I'm a general, you know.
Threatening storm surge is also likely.
Oh my God, man! Shout out to Yankee Bless, man.
And in their internal discussion, they talk about this potentially being a Category 5 storm. They also talk about this being the worst potential storm ever in terms of a hurricane to hit Jamaica, and the island needs to be ready for that, especially the eastern half of the island. It looks like right now is where it's going to bear the brunt.
Yeah.
Now, there is a way, as I said, that this could be less of a storm. There is a possibility of the storm hitting just the very east tip of the island. The whole island would be affected, but the worst of the storm hitting the very east tip. There is that slight chance, and that's something you could hold on to and cross your fingers about. But other than that, we don't have very much good news here because of this rainfall that's going to go on for days and cause all those landslides and flash flooding. That, at the very least, is going to be devastating. Never mind the wind damage, and never mind the storm surge. That's something else just on top of that. I hope this helps. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross.
All the prophets are false. They did not see Mark Golding at the what? Should I block you? Listen, go and dig your own grave with the comments then. Because when you talk against the men and women of God, you just dig your own grave. Continue, go ahead.
It's time, of course, to take this very seriously and complete all preparations now before the storm moves in starting Sunday.
In the midst of our drinking activities, I just came up on a shocking article. The article states that western parts and markets have diverted garbage trucks from Westport and Hanover to St. James to clean up backlog of garbage in St. James. We have...
Yo. You're easy for blocking them, man. So nobody hype up yourself in the comment section. You're easy for block. Easy from what they are. I'm gonna go and talk off on the mouth in the comment section. Even when I not chat foolishness. Just I'm gonna go and talk. But you know, easy for black still. Easy. It takes nothing from me. Cassandra, what's up? Big up yourself. But can you imagine, guys, that I want to read the article. I'm gonna make him talk.
A serious backlog of garbage in Westmoreland. I actually have to call solid waste agency every single day because every day people call me different comments about the backlog of garbage and the garbage not being handled. So we want to know if Westmoreland is not as important as St. James, if Hanover is not as important as St. James, because how can you move the limited resources we have available here? Because every day we're here, we don't have enough trucks. How can you take trucks from Westmoreland and send to St. James when we have the same problems that St. James has? The National Solid Waste Agency needs to answer these questions immediately and let the residents of Westmoreland know why they are not being prioritized in this serious.
About care packaging. Hi, everybody.
Shout out to Zuleika Jess. She has definitely been working assiduously. What is this? Mobile business fortify as Jamaica's braces for hurricane. Oh, them better do that. They're not a joke, man. They're not a joke. Man, them not a joke, brother. Man, them not a joke at all, Yankee bless. Calm before the storm. All of them glass if you have all board pan them, All them glass there, if you have board pan them, that's not safe. Them people are serious. Them business people are well serious. Yeah, them know what time it is. Alright? St. Catherine business groups want urgent drain cleaning in Spanish Town ahead of Hurricane Melissa. And that was 7 hours ago. Really? Virgin, let me tell you something. This is the man to be blamed there. This is the man to be blamed. The shoulder put it all on him. Alright? Put it all on him. Wickedness when go on with him and in government. Yeah. Wholeness going to meet as Jamaica prepares a hurricane. ODPEM activates full emergency. Social blah blah blah. Listen to that already and cover that from earlier. I don't want to hear nothing from him. Okay, here we go. Here's the article. WPM pulls garage trucks from neighboring parishes to address St. James backlog. Neighboring parishes. So this real. So the other parishes, them have abundance of resources. You know, some of my garbage that take up all now Jamaica. My garbage out the road out there right now full up for about 4 days now. All now in take up. And the usual day if you take up gone long time. Yeah. Garbage pan full. So if water come now and kick with that, you know, a problem that I get, you know. You feel what me I deal with? Yeah. Know where they came from. Oh. I guess there's nothing to the article. There is, but they are blocking it again. I really, man. Listen, only can't keep it. Only can't keep it. Big up on yourself. I'm moving on.
So I'm giving you a very quick update again. It's been such a long day. But so I've been driving around and checking on as many persons as I possibly can. And as is expected, the requests at this point are pretty much the same. Most of you have been asking me about care packages and food items in preparation for the storm. So I'm happy to advise you that as a constituency, we have just been allocated an additional sum of $1.5 million to assist with care packages, tarpaulins, medication, and the likes. So I'm just doing this very quick video to let you know that I just got that information. So we're jumping on it and we're making arrangements with suppliers so that we can have some packages prepared and hopefully we can start the distribution as soon as possible. So I'll keep you posted in terms of how the distribution will be done. Obviously, we have to move fast. Time is against us, so I'm going to be doing that distribution by utilizing the councillors as best as I possibly can, because you know the constituency is big. I can't get to all of you by myself, and I don't expect you to be able to come to the office in Santa Cruz at this critical time. So reach out to the council if you are in need. I will make packages available to be distributed to them. Clearly, $1.5 million cannot buy enough food for everybody. So if you really don't need a care package, I'm going to ask you to please leave it for those who really do, in fact, need it.
True. Yeah. You see, this is a time when people's humanity either show or it shows that there's none and their humanity is done. You know. You don't try to get aid when you know you don't need it. When there's so much other people that need it. Assess the situation and don't be selfish. And shout out to Zulika Jess. She still maintains her beauty and grace, although we can see say she'll work. Oh God, she'll work. She'll work, you know? She'll work, man.
So yeah, that's where we are. For those of you who don't have access to the councillors, as usual, you can reach out to me and I will do my very best to make the necessary arrangements for you. All right, so yes. That's it. Thank you. But guys, before I go, please, 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 I'm begging you, because I'm driving around and I'm realizing that so many of you, you're not taking this storm serious. You're not taking the system serious. I am begging you, please don't take the one here lightly. Prepare, make the necessary arrangements for safeguarding yourselves, your family, your property. do not take this lightly.
Please. When you hear that?
My wisdom warriors right now, the police them out in a Old Harbor asking all residents to please go to the shelter. Can you imagine? Mighty God of Daniel. You know, said this a hurricane are bad. This a hurricane where I come is very, very bad. I just learned that the hurricane upgrade to category 2 now. Yes, and it just reached on the waterfront. So Old Harbor people, the police, them are asked every single resident from Old Harbor to evacuate. No, take heed, listen. This is category 5. This hurricane is category 5. This is going to be worse than Gilbert. On the hear me, Jamaica. Please, may I beg you no. Please listen. Stop take every single thing for joke. Please, at least this time, take things serious. Take things serious. I was speaking to somebody and then said to me, say, why you worry about them for out here? When them out are up and down, I got a funeral, I got a party all boat, I make fun and joke, they no business with nothing.
Sorry.
They no business with nothing me here. Most of them no business Jamaica. They say nothing now happen, nothing now come. Jesus, I don't know. Hey, Jamaican people, tick really broken down the ears, you know?
Yeah, tell the boy.
You want to get it? It is Saturday, October 25th, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. We're into the evening now. Additional videos to come. If you subscribe, you'll get the first alerts for the next videos. And I will put out videos in the middle of the night, early in the morning, whenever need be with this. This is going to be a destructive hurricane. It is coming our way. The news has not been better as we've gone through the day. This is already impacting Haiti. We know that, parts of the DR. It is headed right toward Jamaica. High likelihood of a direct hit as this moves in. So we're going to see a direct hit from what looks to be a major hurricane. Category 3, Category 4, Category 5. It is coming in. There's nothing that's really going to shift it big one way or another. With that, the heavy rain band's already starting for some of us. Others, like I said, it's kind of like what storm? Nothing's coming yet. It's going to be a while as this gradually progresses. The unfortunate thing is how slow it is moving and, of course, how powerful it is going to get. So we need to get to those safe locations. Eastern sections of Jamaica. You want to get in those safe locations where you're going to ride out the storm sooner than later if you could do that tonight, or at the very latest, the first thing for tomorrow, because the conditions are only going to get worse, and then western zones will be getting into our safe spots as we get into tomorrow as well. Of course, if local officials are trying to shift people away from areas, they have reason to do so. Listen to local officials and, of course, friends, family that have gone through systems before. This one could be the biggest. It looks to be one of the biggest hurricanes, if not the strongest, to hit Jamaica, at least on record. So again, thank you for helping others get to safety. Now, as this moves in, we're looking at it strengthening further into that major hurricane. What does that mean? Well, that does mean weaker structures. There would be complete structure failure. That would mean weaker homes that are built weaker or older could collapse in the eye wall where this comes on shore. Windows, doors can be blown out in these scenarios. We've seen that in storms. We've seen that in Beryl. So again, we've had recent history of these storms doing that.
People, it'll get worse. Not get better.
After me hear the Prime Minister give the broadcast, me decide to me go in a my draw, go take out the one little new frock I have in my draw, because Melissa will not come here come wear it before me. Because according to the Prime Minister, we will all be impacted. I'm going to tell you what else the Prime Minister said, but look for my frock. Alright, because we don't have nowhere to go. Outside now keep, you understand?
You know what's something wrong with them people?
Little frock. So Melissa can't wear it before me, alright? No, a couple of things that the Prime Minister said.
Lady, have a good day. Have a good day.
Residents of Southeast St. Catherine, this is your Member of Parliament, Dr. Alfred Dawes speaking. Hurricane Melissa is no joke. We have never in Jamaica experienced a storm of this nature. It is slow moving. It is moving directly across the island. It is expected to dump feet.
So hold on there. Pauline, you are telling like Mark Stewart and the Prophet them and Mark Golding, but Mark Golding got Oberman. And you are talking about the clear and the clear. Why me tell you say confusion is a hell of a thing around. God help you. God help you to browse on script. God help you.
Or category 5. That may be the difference between getting hit by a car or hit by a bus. But if it happens continuously over Monday night into Tuesday morning, we're going to have serious wind damage. We're also expected to have significant storm surges. A storm surge is pretty much when the sea comes in. It's like a tsunami. Low-lying coastal areas, like right here.
It's like a what? It's like a who?
In southeastern Catherine are at high risk. It doesn't matter if your drains are clean. It doesn't matter if it was a flood-prone area before. The storm can produce an elevation in the level of the sea that can cover your house. This can happen very quickly, and this is why the advice is, even though it is not mandatory as yet, do not wait until it is so. Move to a shelter if possible. The Portmore Heart Academy is the nearest designated shelter, and if it is that things get really bad, we will have JUTC buses on standby to take you outside of the municipality to the National Arena or one of the other shelters within Kingston. This is no joke. Protect your family, protect your valuables. If you opt not to move immediately, put everything in a suitcase or a bag that you can just grab and run. Remember, this is not an ordinary storm. Be prepared, please.
I think that's one of the most clear, cogent, serious, informative warnings I've heard. Let's play that again.
This is your Member of Parliament, Dr. Alfred Dawes speaking. Hurricane Melissa is no joke. We have never in Jamaica experienced a storm of this nature.
And you know, his constituency, I think he's speaking to them more in this, but everybody should listen. You know what I mean?
It is slow moving. It is moving directly across the island. It is expected to dump feet, not just inches, feet of rain over the next 3 days. We're going to get hurricane-type winds. We don't know if it's Category 4 or Category...
So, Pauline, you know see Bobsy Granger light too much can go on table. You know see what they do halfway tree. You never see that? Huh? But you see Mark Gold in a over, man. And that you're comfortable. Anyway, moving right along.
5. That may be the difference between getting hit by a car or hit by a bus. But if it happens continuously over Monday night into Tuesday morning, we're going to have serious wind damage. We're also expected to have significant storm surges. A storm surge is pretty much when the sea comes in. It's like a tsunami. Low-lying coastal areas, like right here in southeastern Catherine, are at high risk. It doesn't matter if your drains are clean. It doesn't matter if it was a flood-prone area before. The storm can produce an elevation in the level of the sea that can come.
Let me ask something. If somebody steal or cheat, does that mean they win? Last time me check, when a man cheat, in the Olympics, and then find out some cheat, then strip him my medal to show that in actuality he did not win. So what are you talking about?
Your house. This can happen very quickly, and this is why the advice is, even though it is not mandatory as yet, do not wait until it is so. Move to a shelter if possible. The Portmore Heart Academy is the nearest designated shelter, and if it is that things get really bad, we will have JUTC buses on standby to take you outside of the municipality to the National Arena or one of the other shelters within Kingston. This is no joke. Protect your family, protect your valuables. If you opt not to move immediately, put everything in a suitcase or a bag that you can just grab and run. Remember, this is not an ordinary storm.
We make sure you buy one bag. Boom, you pack your bag yet?
So the fact that Fox News fly down.
Hey, mommy. Mommy. Me asleep.
At Jamaica.
You pack your bag yet?
Yes.
Oh.
To report on this storm we are coming, make me a think twice, The fact that Fox News say only need to leave the island. Somebody said, somebody want me to leave the island and go away. I go Cuba. A week. The man said, where are the people?
Why the people that take everything for joke? How this? I owe this. Me just see a while ago. Wait a minute. Come out with a fresh drop, no man. Mamuso. Internet a give problem. People not hear me?
Them say storm a come. They can't see child now.
We Jamaicans don't like to take things seriously, you know. But you see this one here, named Melissa, this hurricane here, we need to take it serious. Because you see, even if another wind them will go tear off roof and so, it's going to bring some rain.
Fresh drop.
And we've been getting rains, especially in some parishes. So you're going to have flooding, you're going to have landslide. So people, make sure when you have some canned goods, make sure you have some candle. And remember now, do not leave the candle unattended. Kerosene oil in lamp, if you know all like me, 60. That is even better than the candles. And then button down and take up anything will fly around your house. Because we're in for a little rough ride. We are all praying that really and truly it don't come as forecasted. But we have to prepare and pray. God bless Jamaica. Land we love, we pray for the best outcome for all of us.
Damn, I already said Fresh Drop's got the best drop.
Beer rain, my people in Kingston, Jamaica. Beer rain. Lightning all across.
You remember this? This was the regular rainfall when they fall in Kingston. Glad to find that video. Look at it.
Beer rain. Lightning all across.
It come like a lightning on like a police car a while ago. We're not a police car then. You don't remember this? Look on it, the detail of the lightning in the sky. Look like a police car when I look at it. Oh.
You hear that? You hear that, my people? You think that's what them is? I feel rain of all out here. Yo!
You see, there's a plane coming in now, about to land, but tonight should be the last flights before they close. We don't anticipate them being open tomorrow.
Yo, is that a boat?
To get my little last dip in the ocean before it's too late. And I'll see you guys soon.
Wow, look at that. Wow. Man, what? One day ago. Oh, this is another one. You guys remember this?
Take a people good morning. Imagine morning the light out good yet, you know, just after 6. And look the condition of the corporate area. Coupon halfway tree everywhere flood out. I remember say Hurricane Melissa not reach here yet. What a shame and disgrace in the Jamaica Labour Party. Imagine me reach out to my councillor this morning. My councillor said no money, no did they. The Jamaica Labour Party, Desmond Mackenzie, will control local government, have not dispersed the funds to give the local authorities. The municipal corporations have been stifled under this Jamaica Labour Party government. Can you imagine? The hurricane will reach yet, you know, and go halfway tree. Look the condition of our...
I saw halfway tree, they look what they are. Yesterday. No.
Guys, Do you know this scene in the movie that's called The Crow? Well, this is Savlamar, right in front of JN Bank. And the crows are telling us that something is coming.
You don't need glasses to see. Anytime you see the bird them gather like this, and
As far as my eyes can.
anytime I see bird them gather like this, look on them, they look like ants on the light wire. Anytime I see the bird them gather like that, just know say, yeah man, a serious piece of ball game, you know. And a normal hurricane coming, you know. Bird not really move for no reason like that, you know. Take away bird them and take away themselves, they know what is coming.
Crows everywhere.
Understand? And them know so them no need for their ear. So them gonna fly away. Watch out. Look on this now, Father God.
Hey guys, so the situation in Haiti is very devastating, as you can see here. They're having flash floods, landslide. At least 3 people have been killed already in the storm. And this is just the beginning of Hurricane Melissa. It's hitting Haiti, DR, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. I think quite a few countries or islands in the Caribbean. I feel so bad for these people. Every year they have to go through this. I can't imagine. Please pray for them and keep all these people in your thoughts. Look at the streets. It's so flooded. I can't imagine living in a situation like this. Storms have been crazy this year.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
Hey guys.
Wow. October 24. Where is this? Oh yeah. This gotta be AI. Yeah, that gotta be if it's not, that's probably another video. But I don't know if nowhere in Jamaica. What is this? I'm climbing down this top side. Yo, I really climbing on this? One day ago? Yo, then can't serious, brother.
Hey guys, so this is...
Then can't serious. Then can't serious. Then can't serious.
Yeah, peeps, I was ashamed them, but boy, the hurricane Melissa they put away because yesterday my car park up at my workplace and the water wash my car go park up in our hotel and my girlfriend don't believe me. Yeah, peeps, I was ashamed them, but boy,
no, that sound like a some joke thing, cause I don't see, me only see water, but I don't see no car, I don't see that. Alright. I hear to this. Oh no! What?
Oh my God! Look at this!
Yo, mommy, we have to go move, you know. Yeah, man, we have to go move. We have to go run. But where to run to? Father God, we need help, you know. Yeah, man, we need help, man. What me I see I hate here, so the way that the water they climbed that they see there a while ago, that's crazy. And this I see him hurricane.
Oh my God!
Look at that. You know, so I'm going to take up something from the roof, though. I'm going to take up something off the roof, you know. If I them a breeze, yeah. I go along so. No, but yo, me no know, but I feel like we all still them and all that, you know. You see through shot, and you just high up. Feel like we all still. Yo, Jano. I saw 80 get licked by Melissa. I wonder if I 80 that.
But this is getting more serious by the second. How this turning to, how much is the category, how much, and this more than, based on the press release a while ago, this is a stronger hurricane than Gilbert. I mean, I know what my immunization card is. I don't know my birth certificate. How may I go manage? I mean, I was sure I feel what you.
Yo, people say some of the weirdest thing. I eyelash them, really, ma'am? So Portland, this is Portland today? This was a day ago? Dude.
Water like we up there. We start flood out. Jesus Savior. Me God pan TikTok, you know.
Miss, you need to leave. You need to left from there, so. I want to understand so that now get no better. No. People don't take this thing for jokes, same way.
Mr. Politician! Money going arts well and donuts. No anarchs, roses and lions. See it there? See Pampy on the right there, sir? See over Pampy there? Bye, you know? What's the on? The runner back here.
Yo, Jano.
On edge as Tropical Storm Melissa approaches Jamaica, expected to soon strengthen into a major hurricane.
Kind of moving really slow, which is a bit concerning.
This one seems pretty steady and straight. I'm a little nervous about that.
Melvin Gerard is visiting from Canada, vacationing in Montego Bay. Workers at his hotel have piled sandbags to stop potential floodwaters.
At home, they're all worried. They're all texting and emailing, and yeah, they're concerned.
Heavy rainfall has already pounded parts of Haiti and the Dominican Republic.
Why, man, I like splash digit. This look away, bro. This look away, brother. If them the wave that with me sick, I want really gonna take place. So I might have to run off right, but where should I run to? And that's the problem now, you know. You ever hear they say, yeah, run and the rock a seek a hiding place. Me I wonder where me I gonna run to. Really I worry about my family in a Portmore, you know. This make it worse, me I worry about them. The baby and oh my God. Wow.
Public. Strong winds expected to hit Jamaica overnight and intensify through the weekend.
A very beautiful name, but I'm not too sure it's a beautiful storm.
Leaders said Friday the storm is expected to be a major rain producer over Jamaica. They fear life-threatening flooding, landslides, and power outages.
So at the end of the day, for my family, it's really just be prepared and make sure that you have your supplies ready.
In Kingston, bumper-to-bumper traffic as people prepare for what's to come.
What's been your message to loved ones, or what is your message to loved ones right now as we wait to see how things kind of turn out?
Yeah, well, you know, my message to loved ones is just to pray and have faith that, you know, God will ensure that we are safe.
And we talked to one woman today who actually was supposed to be here a little bit longer. She was vacationing in Jamaica, and she decided to get out early before this storm hits. The big concern we're hearing from leaders and also people here on the ground is how slow moving this storm is and the potential for all the rainfall that could come here, not just in Montego Bay, but across the island as well. Government leadership has decided to close non-essential government offices. They've also decided to open shelters across the island.
You know, I remember who that? Nessa, you don't sleep. What's up, my baby? What's up, Nessa? But I remember there's a video that I have about a earthquake and a tsunami to hit Jamaica. And one of the things that the brother saw in the vision, let me see if we can pull it up. See if we can pull it up. I'm gonna show you. It's better that I show you than I tell you. Playlist. Where is it? Great earthquake and tsunami. There's a playlist. There's an actual singular video that I did, a documentary. Tsunami documentary. Let me see if there's a tsunami documentary. Oh Lord. Maybe I should just type in tsunami. Here we go.
All right. Hello everyone. What's your name? My name is Caleb Gill. So, as you look and you can see, I am around a long time. It don't mean that I'm so old, but it means that I am around a long time. Anyway, I want the eyes of my people to be open to really what's coming. Because sometimes things come in and we are not aware. But it's a blessing when your eyes can open to be aware of what is coming. I have a dream as a warning that frighten me and get me out of my bed holding on to the wall. I dreamed that I was on the beach and it looked like the ocean touched the sky. It was a very pretty circle to take a picture. So I figure, let me go get my camera and take a picture of this nice circle. But before I turn around, a lightning strike up in the sky and take down some device that they have up there. What it is, I don't know. But the lightning come in contact with what up there and take it down. And it hit the ocean. And when it get down in the ocean, it seems to explode. And it send off a tsunami up on the land. I stand there and watch, and I believe the biggest mountain that I ever behold was coming at me. That was the wave, so high. And I didn't know what to do to escape this because it was coming so fast. So I run inside the house. You know, as soon as I get in there, I feel the house was floating away with me. I was so frightened and I've never been so scared. I get up out of sleep and I find myself holding on to the walls. And I realized I wasn't even in the bed. I was so frightened. So I turned to myself and I said, Father, I know that you're trying to show me something, but a bit rough. I said, you frighten me, you scare me. Anyway, I want to know the rest of what's happening. So I'm going to lay down again. And when I lay down again, I want you to tell me what you're trying to tell me. But not so rough. As soon as I put my head on the pillow, I did not have to wait I was seeing everything, and I seen the reporter from America with the big camera on their shoulder as they walk across with the dead bodies laying on the ground. As they walk across America. I was seeing everything, and I seen the reporter from America with the big camera on their shoulder as they walk across with the dead bodies laying on the ground and all the destruction that the tsunami left.
People, I'm telling you something. And from last year, I talk about this, you know. Yeah, man, me dedicate a lot of time to push out this information. Like I said, this is a documentary of where I make the argument about the potential, you know, practical things, you know, all of that, showing people the dangers, all of that. And I always remember that, man. Even this article from Nationwide.
To raise that as an issue so that people north of Portland Ridge. And because that's
1 minute after 8 in the morning on Friday, August 16. Friday's quake rumbled a little over a year after Jamaica was struck by a magnitude 3.7 tremor on July 16, 2023. But it's the data regarding last Friday's earthquake that are worrying Professor Mitchell. Speaking Monday on Cliff Hughes Online, Professor Mitchell explained that the last two earthquakes may have placed stress on the fault lines in and around Jamaica. He says this added stress could lead to a massive earthquake in the future.
The concern is that we might have a large earthquake coming off this structure. Now, we often hear about the Plantain Garden Fault and its continuation towards the east. There's probably a longer fault, at least for Jamaica, which is the South Coast Fault, which runs from offshore of St. Elizabeth all the way through to St. Thomas. Most of the time it's offshore, but it comes onshore in Clarendon, sort of north of Portland Ridge. And because that's a very long fault, it has the potential to produce very large earthquakes. If we see these sets of earthquakes pushing stress along, and if they are related, which seems to be a possibility, it could be adding stress to that fault. And if that fault was to move, we potentially could have a very large earthquake.
While unable to predict exactly when that earthquake could hit the country, Professor Mitchell believes the country could be in for a quake of magnitude 7 or more.
Now, it could be very in the very near future, or it could still be years away or decades away. A large one would be of the order of 7, which would be about 500 times as much energy as the ones we're seeing at the present point in time.
500 times more.
Yeah, it's a logarithmic scale. So if we get up to the really high numbers, each one on the scale, the scale is 10 times.
Worse than the lower one.
So, we're going from, a 4 point something up to, say, a 7 point something. Yeah, we're talking an awful lot of change, 100 times, possibly more than that. And that is not something that it wouldn't go down very well with the country.
Professor Mitchell says the public should make the necessary preparations in the event of a major earthquake.
We live in an earthquake zone, and one day we will have something that big. I think the important thing is to be wary when we start seeing a series of earthquakes moving like this. Are they precursors to something else? And I think it's worthwhile to raise that as an issue so that people can make plans.
Mm-hmm.
So that if the unthinkable does happen, at least people have a plan for what to do.
Jamaica now have no plans for a 7-point earthquake here. But big up yourself, Doc. So, that, I've been warning about these disasters and these prophecies. And I did a whole documentary on it, showing people how practical is not just to say, it's prophecy. It's the practicality of the prophecy. When you think about the plates and where Jamaica is positioned, it being an earthquake zone, then now we are here, so them a drill for oil. Like, listen, man. Why do you think Melissa come here and shake up a place? Huh? Why don't you think Melissa come and shake up a place? God know him, are they here?
We're live in Montego Bay tonight. Aaron Maven, Local 10 News.
And as Michael just talked about, Jamaica has never seen anything like this before. Stay safe out there. Aaron, we'll be checking.
So all of the international news, that's like what the man say. All of the international news. Look at this now.
Oh, the blood clot, yes, to me. I say, come down. Right down. Come right, blood clot. Leave me and take off today now.
So, this was 5 hours ago. Wow.
Him turn stripper to blood clot.
Yeah, I know. Everything then take for joke. Everything then take for joke. Look how the breeze deal with the tree. And this one take for joke. Why am I telling you, man? Be prepared for what is to come.
Now a Category 1 hurricane as it continues to gain strength on its path to Jamaica. Our in-house meteorologist, Romaine Robinson, has been closely monitoring the system and now joins us with the very latest. Romaine, first...
Before they send me a spread misinformation, this is 3 hours ago. Here, this posted. And it's now 11:37. So, they might have updated them system, but me I go through the old videos. Them context matters.
What is Melissa's
context matters, people?
storage location?
Well, Melissa is currently about between 165 and 170 kilometers southeast of Kingston, Jamaica, and we are expecting the system to continue moving further towards the west and slightly closer to Jamaica over the next few hours.
All right, which parishes should begin feeling the impact of the hurricane first, and by what time?
Well, we expect that by between later tonight and very early in the morning tomorrow, parishes in the east, sections of Portland and St. Mary, also sections of St. Thomas, also Kingston and St. Andrew, they will be the first parishes to be under the influence of these strong winds and rain from the system.
Romaine, take us through what will happen in the coming days.
Well, over the next few days, between the next 2 to 3 days, we do have an increase in clouds as well as showers and thunderstorms that are expected right across the island of Jamaica. As the system moves further towards the west and closer to the island, on Monday, we do also expect that the heaviest winds are going to be affecting sections of the east, also sections of central parishes, and because Melissa is such a strong system, there is also the likelihood that even sections of the west could be under at least Category 2 storm winds over the next few days.
Thank you so much, Romaine. Now, speaking at a person...
No. Let me call Kim on. Let me call Kim on. We need to call Kim on. We need to call Kim on. Yeah, man, we need to call Kim on. 1 second, my people. Let me just find her number and call her, cause no, sir. So when I well serious. See if me can get her on the phone. Well, on the TikTok. Why they can't fight me with TikTok all the time when me see numbers them go up, then drop off. God have mercy, Kim on. Kim on? No, that don't sound good. Sound like a signal problem, I know. Sound like a signal problem, I know.
No.
Kim on.
Yo, Wagwan.
You there at Portland?
Yeah.
How the weather?
It's a peer rain and breeze.
Beer rain and breeze. Me see one
breeze.
video down there, brother. Me say, no, sir, I have a call you. Me there for it.
Yeah, man.
They are
Worry
afraid.
yourself. You only have to do a prayer.
Yeah. All right, mama. They up on the live, you know.
Alright, cool.
They up on the live, you know.
Alright.
Yeah, man. So that me say me call you and see what go on, you know. All right, mama.
Alright, me appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Later.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. There you have it. Be a rain and breeze there, Portland, as we speak right now. You understand? Be a rain and breeze. Eastern Jamaica. You see what going on? That's a 3 hours ago. Well, I guess this post is corrupted. What is this? 1 day ago? Where is this? This is not Jamaica. Dominican Republic. Oh. Okay. Five hours ago, Sunny Hill, St. Thomas. I zip this? What? Oh, but I don't know misinformation, I must know, you know. That video they edited. Can't know if video they were edited. What is?
Stop! Montego Bay, Melissa! Melissa arrived in Montego Bay! Melissa arrived! Stop! Montego Bay, Melissa!
Yo, Jano.
Jamaicans are now nervously watching Tropical Storm Melissa.
That's 3 days ago.
So it's like Melissa ready now. Restart, blow heavy. Melissa look like she ready to get trouble. Cause Melissa never make up her mind, you know. Like Melissa make up her mind now and say, listen. I know me a come phone. Get ready. Be prepared.
Wow. Wow.
You know, if there's one thing that I can't stand, is when people turn up at your yard unannounced. What is so difficult about getting in touch to say, look, may I come around? Or is it possible for me to come around? Is it convenient at this time? Why? You don't know if I have housework doing and don't have the time to spare. You don't know if I'm gardening and have somebody work with me and, you know, I have to pay the people and you waste my time. Why we can't just ask? Send a message. Call. Is it convenient for me to come around? And then, when you know, decide to be gracious. Stupidly, go invite them in. Hey, hell to get them out. You know, them coming like some people who know the time of day when you cook and pass by and stand up at your gate to have a conversation. And that conversation will go on until them figure the dinner finished.
Yes.
And then expect you to offer them some.
Yes.
You know people like that. They just have their own agenda. and they deliver unto you when you least expect. And so, I decided I'd make this post to just warn people. If you're going to visit somebody, ask them if it is convenient for you to come at that time. Call them. Just inquire. Is it a good time for me to come on Sunday or Monday, whatever? And the other thing I cannot stand is when you indicate that you are going to come on X day at X time and you don't show up and you don't call to say, look here, I am delayed, or give a reason for your delay. I cannot stand it. I mean, look at Melissa. Melissa just decides that she want to turn up and show everybody business. Then she send her messages, so she'll come.
Yes.
And she does an idle down, so.
Yes.
I must say I learn French, I don't know. And just I take our own sweet time. I enjoy the warm Caribbean waters and looking towards the east and the west and the north and the south. I don't realize that we have something to do in Jamaica. We need to know what is going on.
Yes.
She needs to come and go about her business so we can carry on with our business.
That's true.
And you know what the problem is with me right there, so now? Me can't even take the broom and sprinkle the salt on it and put it behind the door and hope that she will leave because she don't reach. The broom with the salt behind the door. And if you never know about that, if somebody come in your yard and they overstay their welcome, you just quietly step away, take one broom, turn it upside down, sprinkle the salt on it and put it up behind one door. And before you say,
Faith Ellington, careful in that sound like witchcraft. What kind of broom and salt they are talking about? That sound like some witchery. How was she dealing with?
There, thank God. It worked. But she don't reach. She don't get linger. Right? I expect that we must just stay up here.
Nobody in Jamaica can set up Melissa. Melissa too crafty.
Wait. And I cause great distress from people.
Debbie, what's up?
Melissa, as she may talk about, stand up at the kitchen door and wait on the pot to boil. Come at your yard and show out your schedule. Or plan to come at your yard and show out your schedule. My Lord. Melissa, I'm begging you, mell away. Don't mell away. If you can, please, if you don't want to come with a man, although you did signal say you come, Miss Melissa, if you don't want to come, we don't mind. Just go on, carry on, go dance down somewhere else. You know if you come here, all right?
May I prove that part-time message there? Yo, big up Faith Ellington. Big up Faith Ellington. Legend. Oh shoot, did I subscribe? Lord have mercy. Let me subscribe, yeah.
You know?
Melissa, the unwelcome guest. Oh, that is funny, honey. Isn't that the truth? Faith Ellington. What is this? Here we go.
People of the statement by Minister.
Yes, sir, should me.
The member from Westmoreland Western.
I will call you back, caller. Ralph, yeah.
Credit rating agency Standard & Poor's is warning that Jamaica's commercial banking sector faces growing risks due to the country's slow economic growth and low per capita income. S&P says Jamaica's per capita GDP, when divided among a population of roughly 2.7 million, remains lower than most countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. The agency says this limits how much many Jamaicans can afford to borrow, and that affects the ability of banks to grow their loan portfolios. It notes that most of the banks, 1.6 trillion in loans, are tied to industries which are more sensitive to downturns in the economy. S&P also highlighted that private sector borrowing remains low at just 51% of gross domestic product, signaling a small and less stable market for banking products. The agency says stronger economic growth will be needed to support a more resilient and profitable banking sector. The Jamaica Public Service.
Raleigh, what does that mean?
Simply put, we need to accelerate growth in the economy so that people have more money, people are more viable, and the banks can have a bigger market in order to make loans. What they're saying is that no matter what you say about debt to GDP and them things they're really not help right now. What you need to do is to grow the economy. The focus must be on growth. so that people have more money. So when the bank come check you, you go to the bank, and she say you can't service the loan. Right now, because of the low per capita GDP, that is GDP divided by the population, the banks then find it difficult to make loans because they're skeptical as to whether the borrowers will be able to pay back the loan because the economy is going so slow. As the man them tell you, Jamaica have the lowest growth rate and the lowest per capita GDP in the entire Latin America and the Caribbean. That is what Dennis Chung never told you. That is what Pete Duncan never told you. That is what Richard Byers not telling you. That is what Wayne Henry not telling you. That is what Wayne Robinson not telling you.
Hold on there. What them not telling us, my boss? Let's go back.
Chung never told you. That is what Pete Duncan never told you. That is what I'm growing because the economy is going so slow. As the man them tell you, Jamaica have the lowest growth rate and the lowest per capita GDP in the entire Latin America and the Caribbean.
Lowest growth rate and lowest per capita GDP in the entire Latin Caribbean. Jamaica has that. So although they're boasting about fiscal prudence and, you know, debt to GDP ratio and how historic it is, it's not manifesting, ladies and gentlemen, into positively affecting the masses of Jamaicans. That's what it's saying. So who does it really benefit? And it gets worse. And this all ties up in disaster preparedness, you know. Alright, it's gonna get to it, you know. Listen.
Yeah, that is what Dennis Chung never told you. That is what Pete Duncan never told you. That is what Richard Byers not telling you. That is what Wayne Henry not telling you. That is what Wayne Robinson not telling you.
What is Jamaica's per capita GDP?
7,000.
7,000 US.
Only 80 is below with 3,000 and change.
What is Barbados GDP?
Barbados way up in the 18,000 and time. The Barbados and Sierra way up in the 18,000. Bahamas and the place at 20,000. Bamrep at 10,000.
Wow,
Guyana way up in the 18,000. Jamaica the lowest in the Caribbean.
Whoa.
We are the lowest in the Caribbean.
Whoa.
Except 80.
And GDP means people what the average Jamaican earn per year. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what this $7,000 is saying is that the average Jamaican
earns 7,000 US.
Is earning $7,000 US per year. Can we live on that?
No. That is why we carry so much debt, and that is why, as the man was telling, the banking sector kind of exposed, and that is why they can't make enough loans. Yeah, so one, the interest rates are high. So if we have high interest rates and the economy not growing, 1 million I'm not so sure say now get back
exactly.
Money. So we have to protect our depositors, so we are hold on and lend it. And try to put the money in our government paper and then so the government make it easier for we to, because one, the interest rate high, the cost of my money high.
Yeah.
And the economy not grow. So I'm not sure say you have to pay me back. So we have to make sure we lend the government the money. Because you know say they have to pay back the debt. Because that is where they are focused on more than anything else. Pay back the debt and pay back faster than
necessary.
Program for. So even Fitch came out yesterday and said the same thing. The money must pay the debt faster than them expect to pay the debt. And by the end of this year, the debt to GDP are going to be 58% rather than 60%.
Wow.
You have been saying this a long time,
so
right? Nobody.
So that means 58% instead of 60. So they must pay the debt way too fast. And the economy now grow. Guys, you know see? Listen. We dropped the ball September 3rd. Although we know what they did, I will understand, but in context of the persons that voted and gave the JLP a chance to make it appear as if they won the election, I mean, you guys really messed up. You messed up everything. Yo, do you know how much movement there would be? As a matter of fact, I don't even want to go this on either because the way how Jamaica under judgment, I don't know if we would want the PMP to inherit this situation from the JLP. Make them go and get beaten from God in a third term. Because of that I go on, you know. Yeah man, the JLP I get beat. Me I talk about the government I get beaten from God. Pastor Peter Chambers did tell you, let me remind you. Let's I remind you. And the pastor wash off his foot and he done with we, Yeah, man, today pastor send more message. Come like him and watch me on YouTube. And the man send more message. Pastor, boy, Pastor Chambers, why? Me know, yeah, man. Me know. Trust me, me know. I know. But it's still rough. It's still rough.
Fight against Joseph, just like Jehoshaphat. When the enemies rose up against Jehoshaphat,
What on there? This no another one there, no. That one are kind of different. What are them people? That are June 1st. That one there.
But the judgment, and the Lord told me to tell the leader of Islam that as long as they are in power, trouble is going to follow them. Right now, what the Lord is revealing to me,
as long as Andrew Owen is in a power, trouble is going to follow them. You know what Melissa is? Melissa is a testimony of that prophecy. Trouble is going to follow them. Last year I did Beryl, now Melissa. Trouble is going to follow them. Yeah, man. As long as Andrew in a power. Because them know what them are do. Them know what them inner. Yes?
A long time. That's what I'm telling you, them are bogus.
Let me not send nobody. The government was not listening to you. They don't listen to me. They don't listen to Simon. They don't listen to Obi. Because we are bad news or. And we had preached doom and gloom. Now that Standard and Poor say it and Finn said.
Them are money a financial profit, in a Jamaica, Ralston Iman is the financial profit, the economic profit. When you hear Ralston Iman say, brother, you want to go and you see the way things are going right now, and this is going to happen, if the man them not do this, And every time he put out information, sometimes them bash them and say, oh, them don't know what them are talking about, and then, bloop, he go right in that direction where him say it go. People, if you don't have radio, you need to listen to Ralston Iman and Simon Krasky there. Definitely, no joke.
Do you think they will now listen?
And the World Bank is also saying it. Well, they have to listen because if they don't listen to them, man, they will find themselves in a problem because the things will them thrive on the upgrades and the loans and everything. But them can never be harder to come by because I'm seeing I grow fast enough. S&P already tell them, say, although we're upgrading here, we have a problem with the growth rate because the other people them were in a phone of ratings. They might grow faster than us, so they really not justify this rating.
So we are getting the ratings, but we don't have the work for sure.
Precisely. That the man, they make it clear. Yep. I'm not a bogus analyst. No, I want to tell the people the truth about that. So the man, them come back again yesterday and say, yo, even the banking sector vulnerable because of the slow rate of growth and the low per capita GDP. Then people can't pay back the money, and that is why the private sector loans are only 51% of GDP because the bank them don't want to lose them depositors money. They don't want to get in that trouble. The interest rates are high. They don't get them to bring down the interest rate. So, yes, that is a big problem that you have.
All right, Raleigh.
And that is why it's,
I heard you said, I think it was yesterday, that the government collected more in taxes and grants that they are more than they projected for. How much more did they collect?
From April to August, revenue and grants, that include tax revenues and the money where they get free money from foreign, was 5.9 billion above budget, and tax revenues itself, Jamaican people pay 7.6 billion more in taxes than the government expected. What them do with the money?
So that's 5.9 and 7.6, 7 and 5.
No, you can't put the two of them together. That is a split. One are tax revenues and one is tax revenues plus what they get from foreign. So the revenues and grants were 5.9, almost 6 billion more than them expected. And the tax revenues, the amount of taxes that them expected to collect was 7.6 billion more than them expected.
So when me look on me, I say, in fact, them collect about $13 billion more than they had budgeted for.
No, you can't split that way there. No, it can't be done like that.
Can't do so.
Because, no.
But why can't do so? Some in one another?
Yeah, man, because the revenues, the tax revenues and the grants mix up together at the first line. And then when you strip it out now, yeah, the tax revenues were more 7.6 billion more than budgeted for.
So in all, they collected how much more than they were budgeting for? What would be that total figure in that period?
If you use the revenues and grants, it would be 5.9 billion. And if you use the tax revenues alone, the taxes that the Jamaican people paid, 7.6 billion more than they expected.
And how much they were supposed to be paying on the debt?
36 billion and they paid 50.5 billion.
They were supposed to pay. So the debt due was 36 billion.
Yep.
Oh, I make a mistake earlier when I was live. A 50 billion, 50.5 billion. And a 36. Oh yeah, that's why a 14.5 billion dollars more tax. Them actually pay back 14.5 billion dollar, bro. Bro, the man them are joking, bro. Oh, you have to pay out back so much money, and we need the money to do so much other things. Don't make no sense. When you listen to them things as sabotage, we're not properly prepared for the hurricane. You listen, you know?
But they paid 50 how much?
50.5.
Listen.
50.5 billion dollars more. So no, 50.5 billion. So you'd have said then they paid about 14 billion dollars more.
14 billion more than projected for, yeah. And then cut the capital budget by $4 billion. So that is why the scrambling can't find the money.
I want people to understand this clearly. We have debt obligations that we must pay. The debt obligation for the period, which period was that, Raleigh?
April to August.
April to August, same period. We were supposed to pay the people that we owe, foreign and local, right?
Yeah, man.
$36 billion. Instead of paying $36 billion, which is our debt obligation, we paid 50.5 billion. Who benefit from that, Raleigh?
The rich people.
And in doing so, then cut the capital budget that are the budget to fix the drain them and them by $4 billion, and then cut total spending by 14 billion. So the 14 billion when them used to pay the debt, then cut that out of the spending because them originally programmed to spend 14 billion more than them spending. Rather than do that, then pay 14 billion on the debt than them was supposed to pay and cut out that 14 billion in spending, including a 4 billion cut in the capital budget. That is why them scramble and scramble and scramble to find money now. To drain them. As to who benefit, the same man them who tell us that the economy are do good, because it are do good for them.
So when you pay this 14 billion extra, some of the banks in Jamaica who lend the government money would benefit from this.
Yeah, man, the same man them who tell us that the economy are do good. Look who tell us that the economy good and look who them represent.
So, Raleigh,
nobody will represent the masses that tell us that the economy are do good.
So we have a pending storm coming to Jamaica now.
Right.
And we cut $4 billion from the capital budget, you said?
Yeah, man.
And that $4 billion capital budget mean that is to fix some road, clear some drain, build some new drain.
Yep.
And instead of doing that, we use that money to overpay on the debt.
Right, and that is why the man them who own the debt always big them up and I say them do the right thing. So the people cannot follow the money and say why some people say what them say. Yeah.
So the
people like me and
go ahead, you go ahead.
People like me and you who I think about Jamaica, now big them up. People like World Bank and S&P and Fitch, now big them up on that. Look who I big them up. Yep. Just look why you say why.
Keith Duncan said that they are pressing the bank's regulation too far, pushing that too fast.
All right, cool.
I went to the ATM in Port Antonio yesterday, and it was lines after lines, and people can't get money. What? How then could you say we are moving too fast to regulate the banking sector?
So that is what I tell you. I notice why him say after him say that. He might say based on the regulation they'll make less profit. His focus is yeah.
And this man got an award Monday, right?
Yeah, man. So you tell you how the system upside down is focuses on the profits of the banking sector, not the service to the people. Because when I say BOJ, Governor Biles, Deputy Governor Dreden Lewis, Deputy Governor Wayne Robinson, them man they said them set standards for the ATM machines them.
Yes.
Right? And even under normal circumstances, the machine them now work, and then the man them say hurricane come.
Yeah.
And they talk about all kind of things, and then you make the man them know say, yo, the machine them have to up and running, particularly in the rural areas which suffer the most.
I give you a joke, Ralston. I give you a joke. There's a BNS bank in Port Antonio. When they used to have the bank where you could have go in, go lodge money and draw money, they had about 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 6 tellers where you could have go in, lodge money, withdraw money, plus they had some ATM machine. In Port Antonio right now, there's only 2 ATM machines from Scotiabank that you can do lodgement.
Yep.
Only 2. And I will tell you this on public radio and TV this morning, that 70% of the time, none of the 2 no work in terms of taking lodgement. None of them don't work.
Yep.
In terms of withdrawal, they have 2 up there, so 2 there, so 1 down there, so that's 5. NCB have, well, in the NCB bank, I think most of the machines them take lodgement. Ralston, is it that this government is ensuring that the banks, the oligarchies, make money when they are overpaying the debt?
Of course, but you know, see that man, the numbers are there to tell you. Yeah, the agencies, them are all we assess as bad news. The agents, them are tell you, say, the man, them are pay the debt fast. Years, me I say that the agencies, them now come out and realize that the man, them are pay down the debt fast and program for and a style for growth. Yeah? The evidence is overwhelming. Me used to say it and them used to cuss me and say me bad mind and very, right? So the international agencies, them are saying no, World Bank, S&P, Fitch, yeah, all of the man, them are saying it, and I tell you how dangerous it is to the economy. Yeah? Because it's reached a certain point now. Yeah?
Somebody's saying that Barbados GDP per capita is $25,000.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wow. To Jamaica, 7,000.
Yeah, man. Trinidad I 19,000 range, Guyana I 18,000 range, Bahamas I 20,000 range. So all those prime ministers and government ministers are paid less than we pay our people in Jamaica.
Say that again.
All of those people who have higher per capita GDP, their leaders are paid less than our leaders in Jamaica.
Which politicians are the highest paid politicians in the Caribbean?
Our people, them.
Jamaican politicians.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And we can't count 80 because 80 is in a civil war. Would you agree?
Yeah, man. And them below us. Yeah, man.
No, but we can't count them because they are having a civil war. Problem. Be a problem over 80.
Yeah, man.
So Jamaica is the worst economy in the Caribbean, would you say?
Yeah, man. The World Bank said that, man, the slowest rate of growth, the lowest per capita GDP. Yeah, man.
But at the same time, we have the highest net international reserve.
Yeah, man, and the highest paid politicians, yeah, as government leaders, yeah.
So what does that high net international reserve benefit us, Ralston? What's the benefit?
Well, without that NIR, them couldn't be intervening on the foreign exchange market so often. And what I said, despite the fact that them have the INR and I intervene in the foreign exchange market, it is having no effect. The dollar closed at 1.6138 yesterday. Because when the man them look down the road, when the people them hear the news about the weak economic growth, yeah, people are say, yo, you know, so the man them attempt to do nothing to change this, so make we just play it safe and stay in a US dollar. Yep, simple.
400 million. Go ahead.
They might import more than they might export continuously, and when we look and see the uncertainty of the global economy, we know that the tourism flows that they might depend upon and the remittance flows that they might depend upon. Those things are going to be affected. Remittance flows are 50% of the reserves.
Your guide say Bahamas GDP per capita is 39,000.
Yeah, man.
So, Raleigh, we're looking at a pending storm.
Mm-hmm.
The government has allocated $400 million to serve for all the members of parliament. Is that adequate?
Totally inadequate. That's the point I'm making to you. And I'm saying to you that that shouldn't be, because they collected more of the people's taxes than they budgeted for, and they handed over 14 billion more to the money changers than they needed to. They need to treat the people better and cut the capital budget. How you cut the capital budget in a time when you know, say, we're in a hurricane season? You know, so the hurricane season starting in June. You collected more money than you needed to collect. You know that the country's infrastructure is extremely weak because you haven't been...
When you hear the argument there, who that Simple Pebbles? You hear the argument, capital budget, them cut the capital budget. The money where them collecting our taxes is in excess. So instead of using the money to boost capital budget activities like cleaning the drains and all of those things, them use the money to pay back the debt. Now who them borrow money from? Them are the only one who are benefiting now. The ones that they borrowed money from is the only one benefiting. And this is why Sandy Gully and all of these places, all of these many different places in Jamaica that need the drain and clean, you see them a rush now. Let me show you. Embarrassing on national television. A rush boy them a clean drain. Look at this. Embarrassing.
You can just make out the mountains around Kingston, Jamaica behind me where the rain from Melissa is starting to fall. And even as the storm gets closer, which you see behind me, all these trucks down here are carrying out, trying to dig out debris from these gullies. These are the gullies that are supposed to carry all of this rainfall. Could be a couple of feet out of the mountains and out to the ocean. But the concern is because of all of the buildup that has been down here for years, that the gullies could be overwhelmed, that it could overflow the walls into these neighborhoods, that it could even potentially compromise this bridge, the roadway that we're standing on, which is a major thoroughfare between the western and the eastern part of the island.
So I'm not to the Father God. What more can I do? What more can I do? Nobody said your salary was GDP. Pauline, I get on my nerves. Now go get 86K for that. I get on my nerves. You just a chat there, foolishness in that chat. That's all I say. I don't think I get serious right now. I don't really have time for it. I don't really have time for that. See it? You tell us my finger dangerous, I see it. But you know. You never plan for hide her, you know. Don't put her on time out. And she go get hide. Oh my God. So these people literally sold us out. They literally sold us out. Good morning. Oh, that Angel Blackwood, what's up? You know? I play it again, Funo.
Adequate.
Totally inadequate. That's the point I'm making to you. And I'm saying to you that that shouldn't be, because they collected more of the people's taxes than they budgeted.
It's the ending storm. The government has allocated $400 million to serve for all the members of parliament. Is that adequate?
Totally inadequate. That's the point I'm making to you. And I'm saying to you that that shouldn't be, because they collected more of the people's taxes than they budgeted for, and they handed over 14 billion more to the money changers than they needed to. They need to treat the people better and cut the capital budget. How you cut the capital budget in a time when you know, say, we're in a hurricane season? You know, so the hurricane season starts in June. You collected more money than you needed to collect. You know that the country's infrastructure is extremely weak because you haven't been spending on it for 10 years. Yeah? And then you are so callous that you cut the capital budget and pay more on the debt than necessary.
So they have not been spending on the country's infrastructure for 10 years. So obviously it's weakened. You have excess of money, and instead of spreading the money around into, you know, focusing on infrastructure, You use the money to pay off the debt faster. Who did you borrow the money from? Whoever you borrow the money from, they are the ones that benefit. And then we suffer now, having Sandy Gully and all these other gullies all over Jamaica that need funding, obviously. They have admitted that the money is not enough to clean the drains that they allocated. Andrew Wallace admitted it in the press conference. He said, all your drains, don't think that all the drains are going to be clean, but money was allocated. He admitted that. He admitted all the drains are not going to be clean. And we heard from Zulika Jess. Zulika Jess said, listen, Zulika just said, listen, I don't know. I don't really know. But let me tell you, I am not the one that decides which drain is clean. So let me tell you that. You know who is responsible for deciding which drain is clean? I think it's Water Commission. Or no, what them name? What the works agency, or the agency the name again? I won't play it because I don't want to tell no lie. The fact of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen, that we were, whether indirectly or accidentally or purposefully, we were sabotaged by the government. Their decisions sabotaged our preparedness for this type of situation. Sure did. It messed us up very badly. Yeah, man.
Expected. The requests at this point are pretty much the same. Most of you have been asking me about care packages and food items in preparation for the storm. So I'm happy to advise you that as a constituency, we have just been allocated.
The National Works Agency. Yes, thank you for that. The National Works Agency. They are the ones that decide which drain is clean, not the MP. So for the persons them that is in the areas, when you hear the amount of money that was allocated, them say they allocate $400 million to each municipality, right? To clean the drains them. 400 million, okay? Average that out to each constituency. Hey, it's not adequate. The money that they sent out is not adequate enough to actually get the job done to a point where we feel as if we truly are as prepared as we can be for this pending disaster, this catastrophic disaster that is upon the land. So when you don't manage the affairs of the people right, you see how lives can be lost potentially and people can suffer, you know, and it all could have been avoided if there was better management of the resources. Paying off the debt too fast has hurt us very badly, and we have to reverse that. We have to reverse that. You get me?
Even though the ratings agency, them actually said you have to stop do that. Additionally, we also heard that some doctors and nurses never got paid yesterday.
Tufton says a glitch in the system.
Eh?
Tufton says a glitch in the system.
Yeah, well, too many glitches in Tufton's system. I time Tufton for going on, you know. Too many mistakes, too many glitches in his system. Yeah? The most incompetent minister we have ever seen for a long time. I'm just not excuses. Yeah?
Whoa.
Too many glitches. How can you have glitches in the system when you know the hurricane will come? You have shut up your mouth about the hurricane for days, and then the vital people who you might need, yeah? First responders, you know, ensure so them get paid. That brother is too incompetent, man. You're full of your excuses and everything I'm marketing here.
Pure marketing.
Full of. That's
that's
marketing.
You know, I couldn't agree with Ralston Hyman more. Tufton, oh my God, all of the things that came out about the hospitals, all the videos, it's just, it's like a fire was burning, turning into a category something, and then just when I thought that was bad, something else happened. That's how I describe the hospital services in Jamaica. People can't get their money, and the storm is here. How do they buy food? How do they buy clean water? How do they survive? How does their children survive? How is the government going to look out for these people, these essential workers that are ill prepared because their check did not come through at the right time? When they go to the ATM, they can't get no money. And tough time comes with, it was a glitch.
That's what his PhD is in, marketing.
I need a person in a marketing from the minister of health. Tough time gets out too much thing. All them do are create excuses after I'm being foolish. That time being common.
All right, Raleigh, we are concerned and worried about Melissa. I personally am very, very worried because we have been having some rains recently. The ground is already saturated. And when you look at the bulletin, they are saying to us that this system can spend about 3 days in Jamaica. If this system really, and some people are saying it's going to be a direct hit on Jamaica. If this happens,
Low battery, please charge.
That's a self-evident question. The answer to that is no. We see what happened to the infrastructure when there's a little rainfall, much less 3 days of rain. No. No, it is going to be very bad for the people, particularly in the rural.
Sorry, my bad. Shoot. I messed up. Did I just...
Bluetooth mode.
The growth will be even for longer.
what is going to happen to the Jamaican economy? If this system really, and some people are saying it's going to be a direct hit on Jamaica. If this happens, can our infrastructure stand up and...
Colin, that's a self-evident question. The answer to that is no. We see what happened to the infrastructure when there's a little rainfall, much less 3 days of rain. No. No, it is going to be very bad for the people, particularly in the rural areas. It is going to be very bad for the country in terms of the deficits in the capital structure. Yeah, and in terms of economic growth, we're going to see an acceleration in inflation in terms of food prices and all those things. So we're going to see higher interest rates for longer. And the whole problem that we're talking about, slow economic growth, will be even for longer.
What is going to happen to the Jamaican economy come next week, Monday morning? If this thing hit us, what are your projections?
Well, what we're going to see is a dramatic slowdown. Well, the slowdown already started based on the talk of people come off on the road and this and that and that and that. What we're going to see is a further dramatic slowdown in the Jamaican economy. And it mean it will just be something for this year. It will carry over because we're already going very slow. There's a whole part infrastructure deficit already. So when that happens, we're going to see an acceleration in inflation, higher interest rates, and slower growth over a protracted period of time.
So this looks...
Because them already engineered the slow growth with the stupid policies that they are pursuing, paying the debt faster and not investing in infrastructure and the country's capital stock. Plus the corruption.
Raleigh, if me tell you I'm not worried, I'm really concerned, you know.
Everybody must be worried, man, because as I said, we see that the carrying capacity of the infrastructure is very weak. Yeah, and we said we're getting normal rain over a 3-week period. So the place is well saturated and vulnerable now. And the drain, them man run up and down and try to clean drain yesterday and today and everything. Them say they can't work, brother.
Can't work.
Them say they can't work. We are going to see the acceleration in food prices. We want to see more increase in food prices and higher inflation. Inflation jumped in September, yeah, from 1.2% to 2.1% year over year. We are going to see higher particularly in relation to food prices. Food prices are the biggest driver of inflation and account for 35.7% of the inflation rate.
JPS say if this storm hit, we are going to see higher electricity bill. Why?
Why? Another bad policy. The thing that supply them, the ship that supply them with LNG, which is a low-cost fuel, have to come out and go find safe harbor because of the hurricane, so that cut off the supply. So they have to use a diesel, automotive diesel, which is more expensive to drive the electricity, and that is why it can go. So if you have the natural gas, you have to make sure, as I tell you some, you have to have more onshore storage. You can't depend on offshore storage out of the sea and ship on it. Until you have bad planning.
But Raleigh, so
that's another burden for the taxpayers, yes.
If we've been getting this cheap fuel, why then are we still paying 40 to 45 cents US per kilowatt hour?
Because them now use up that enough. Them now use up that enough. Them still have the mix with automotive diesel and all of them. You know? So what them need to do is to get more LNG, but you have to set up the storage onshore. You have to find a supplier who can set up the storage onshore rather than offshore, and then have more renewables with it. Renewables can't work in a hurricane because, I mean...
We understand that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we need to invest more in LNG and renewables. Yeah. We have to cut out the automotive diesel because that's the most expensive fuel. And you can't depend on a ship off the coast of Jamaica to supply with LNG. That's bad policy. Make you extremely vulnerable. So we'll look on higher electricity rate and higher food prices after the hurricane.
What was JPS's profit last year, Raleigh?
Over 50 million US.
50 million.
JPS a profit heavily off our year. And when this storm the McDonald tell we say we like bill go up. Mummy, as soon as breeze start blow, lock off a breaker. Here, anytime then go some bops and turn off the light, lock off a breaker. It's when the light come back, and that the time the ball game start. You hear me tell you? Anytime you see JPS, if they ever lock off the light down here, shut where breaker there. Oh, me know where there. That I go shut off. We go and tough it out with the something we have in here. Yeah, hopefully some sunshine come and we can charge up the sensitive light there and program them. Yeah man, me have that's how me buy the bag them, you know. Or about it, I deal with it. People, more happy, really say me appreciate Colin Bell's show. Say for what's up, me appreciate Ralston Hyman. How that I am Macarene. Yes, Bolo. The doctor had severe floodings. A Portland there too. Oh gosh. Karen there. Ryan Camp. I never see the message either. Oh God, I'm sorry guys. My apologies. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are safe and your families are safe. And I don't think I need to reiterate to anybody that watches these videos that has not taken Melissa seriously. Oh, she's that girl. Melissa is that girl that will take you right around the world. Because Jamaica news, Jamaica has become international in the last 24 hours. There's a lot of international media in Jamaica to cover this. That's how big this storm is. That's how big this hurricane is. All right, the people on TikTok, I want to say thank you guys for being here. I don't know if anybody sent any gifts, but shout out to those that do. You know, shout out to my gifters. All right, look more. The people on Bolo VNR Clips, thank you also for being here. And also the people on Bolo VNR 2.0. Have yourselves a wonderful night, a blessed night, a safe night, and pray that we come out safely as a country from this catastrophic disaster that is actually hitting us right now in parts of Jamaica. I'm gonna rest my eyes and my mind and my body. Big up on yourself. I'm out here.